Hey, let's talk a little bit more about parent communication. Yesterday, I posted a video where we talked about YouTube channels and why we would use a YouTube channel. And if you were going to be delivering lots of information to a public wide audience, a YouTube channel would be great. It's easy to make videos and upload them. It's a great choice. If you want to incorporate more individual students or parents or groups of students and parents, or you want to showcase student work, student opinions, you may want to find a different platform. So I wanted to provide you some different options as far as platforms go for parent communication. And the first is called ClassDojo. When I first heard of ClassDojo several years ago and used it, I used it as a classroom management tool. It still has that classroom management piece. It also has the ability to share positive and negative feedback. It lets you upload pictures, videos, send updates to parents. You can create a portfolio for your students so that they can share their own work with each other, with their parents. The one thing about ClassDojo that makes me shy away from it as a middle grades educator is that the 7th graders, 8th graders sometimes feel that ClassDojo is a little too immature for them and they want something that is more mature because it's too young for them. So that's the one thing that I've run into over the years. But for elementary, it's great. It even has social emotional learning lessons that you can use to help the students in those kinds of lessons with the little monsters from it, because it has little monster avatars. It's pretty cute. Let's see, the next platform is called Remind 101, and it allows you to send messages to students, to send messages to parents, groups of parents, whole class. It's great for sending reminders for parents about upcoming events or quizzes, and to students. It lets you send file attachments to the parents, which is great if you need to send pictures home. I had a situation where a student needed a copy of their study guide. They left their study guide at school, and I found it, and I took a picture of it and sent it to them on Remind. So Remind can be really useful for that purpose. It also is a little bit more mature looking for those middle schoolers. There are a couple things about Remind that are great. The first is the ease with which you can communicate with parents using your own device. The second would be that parents that don't get the app can also communicate via text messaging. So I think that is huge because some parents don't have enough space on their phones to download the app, and they don't get on computers to have those conversations. So having them via text is great. The drawback to Remind, in my opinion, is the lack of the portfolio and the feed. There's not a social media type feed to it, so it kind of doesn't build community as much in my opinion. I also don't like the fact that when you send some messages, it gives you a text character limit, like Twitter kind of thing. If you need to have a conversation with a parent or a lengthier post to a parent about something, you need more characters, and it doesn't offer that. The third platform is called Seesaw, and Seesaw is a great online portfolio system. It's easy for the teachers to set up. You can post videos. You can post videos. You can post quotes. You can post, directions. You can post announcements as a teacher. Students can post videos. They can post sound bites, links. They can post attachments, drawings, all kinds of things to their own online portfolio. Parents can join. Parents can have access to their students' information and other students' information if the settings are made such by the teacher. I like that Seesaw can be restricted as much as you want, or you can open it up as much as you want, depending on who your audience is. Students can send their work to just their parents and the teacher, or they can send it to everybody in the room. So if they're very proud of something and they want everybody to see it, they can see it. And it has kind of a social media feel to it because there's a way you can enable likes and comments to those posts, which is pretty cool. The last platform that I want to talk about really quickly is called Bloomz, Bloomz. Bloomz to me right now is the best one of these platforms because it has all the options of all the platforms almost put together. I have not totally explored it, every facet of it at this point. I have set up a demo class and I'm working through it, but I really like the parent communication piece because parents can register for Blooms via text message, so they don't have to get the app if they don't want to. That might limit them in seeing some of the portfolio stuff, but if you're looking for communication, that's fine. The portfolio allows you to update posts. You can make it more restrictive or less restrictive. It has a classroom management piece in there with feedback. It has awards that you can give kids for doing great things. And it has that social media feel where it looks like a feed. And it kind of just you can just scroll on down and see all the posts and great things that the kids are doing. I really think I'm leaning towards Blooms in these, but I think that it really depends on what you need for your classroom. And if you don't need every single facet of that, then you obviously can pick something other than Blooms and have it a little less complicated. Remind is great. If you just want to connect with parents, Remind is great. But if you want to do a little bit more, or if you want something that's all-inclusive, put them all together in something like Blooms, or you could even explore other options. Make your own. Make it work for you. But in order to get that parent involvement, not just having parents read your updates, but get them involved, I think that portfolio piece is really, really key. Even if it's not a full portfolio, but if kids are doing something great in class, you're walking around, you snap a picture, and you send it to their parents, or you post it up there. The confidence that it could build in a student and the conversations that it could incite at home with the parents is great. The potential is just so right there. So anyway, I hope that this helps kind of give you some information on these platforms for parent communication. I would suggest playing around with them, figuring out which one you like the best and what your goals for your classroom communication are. And you can set up demo classes and work through it and add friends. I always add my teacher friends to my demo classes and have them help me figure out what works and what doesn't. So you could try that too. But anyway, I hope this is helpful to you, and good luck with your communication this year.